Congratulations, welcome to Method. If you are watching this video, you have just onboarded and you are on the fast track to making lots of money with Method. We're going to teach you how to claim leads. We're going to teach you our Method madness, and we're going to tell you about our standard operating procedures when it comes to dealing with leads. So what I want to talk about first is actually claiming the leads and what you're going to do first. All right. Through the Method app, you are going to get push notifications. You will click claim this lead. You will have a 60-second auto call delay, meaning you've got to wait 60 seconds. Then the auto call will trigger. It will call your phone. You'll answer, say hello. The computer will start talking. You have a new lead calling from whatever. You press any button to connect, and it is going to connect you with that lead. The lead is not already on the line. It is going to try to dial them. When you get connected with this lead, you really want it to be a tech-based call, customer service-based call. We don't want to push them around, just want to provide a little bit of service, tech-based. So I would say, good afternoon. This is Carrie Blumenfeld, Method Real Estate Advisors. I see you registered on our website. No pressure at all. I just want to make sure you're able to adjust your search settings and you're able to use our site properly. If you want to get a little bit more advanced, you could say, good afternoon. This is Carrie from Method Real Estate. I saw you registered on our website. No pressure at all. This is really just a tech support call. I want to ensure that you're seeing everything that you want to see on our website. Are you specifically looking for a primary bedroom on the main or a finished full basement? If you're able to add those couple of extra details in the end, sometimes it'll prompt them to start speaking a little bit. For the most part, if they do answer, these leads will not want to talk to you. They'll say, no, thank you, I have an agent, or I'm not looking, or no, I'm fine. Once they say that, say, not a problem at all. I'm here for any questions you have. Goodbye. Click. We just want to ensure that this lead is actually who they say they are. Now, if they do not answer, do not leave a voicemail. Do not. You do not want to leave a voicemail. If they do answer that call, open up Follow Up Boss, take notes in the lead record. You want to adjust that lead stage. We'll talk about that later. And you also want to add a task to follow up the next time. There is a method to our madness, and we're going to talk about the reason why we do not leave voicemails and the reason why we are not going to attack them and ask for all this information and see what they're looking for and all that fun stuff. So we're going to jump into that right now. This is the method lead follow-up. This is day 1 through 5. This is what it's going to look like. On day 1, which is when you get the auto call, we're calling through the app. Well, you're claiming the lead, and then the auto call is going to trigger. You are going to answer it. You are going to allow it to connect. If they do answer, of course, you speak to them, update your notes, change the stage, and add your task. If they do not answer, do not leave a voicemail. Also, make note of that in your follow-up boss. Take notes in there. Day 2, always call through the follow-up boss app. If they do not answer, do not leave a voicemail. Do not. Do not call them again. Do not text them. Do not email them. Day 3, call through the follow-up boss app again. If they do not answer, do not leave a voicemail. Do not. Again, next step, day 4, Call through the Follow Up Boss app. If they do not answer, do not leave a voicemail. Finally, on day 5, give them a call. If they answer, great. If they don't, leave that voicemail. Tech-based, very non-pressure. The reason we do this is, well, the theory behind it is they're going to continue to see this number day after day, and eventually they will answer that call. Also, you have to think about it from this perspective. These leads are not inquiring about a specific property. They are registering on our website and they're looking at random properties. They are not ready to be contacted. They are not ready to get pre-approved. They typically do not want to see any homes for 60 to 90 days. Think about it like this. Say there's a couple in Chicago and one of the partners comes home, says, hey, guess what? We're relocating to Atlanta. The other partner goes, I've never been to Atlanta. I don't know anything about Atlanta. Oh, you know what? I have a sorority sister that lives in Atlanta. They call the sorority sister. Hey, we're being relocated to Atlanta. I know nothing about Atlanta, but I need good schools and easy access to 400. They say, oh, check out Roswell. Great schools, close to 400, bunch of stuff to do. Wonderful. That lead then goes on to Google and Google's Roswell homes for sale. They are in a fact-finding mission. They do not want to necessarily speak to you. What's great about this is we're getting to them before anyone else is. They're not inquiring through Zillow or inquiring through Realtor.com or Redfin. They are just fact-finding. So we have the ability to make contact a lot sooner than any other agents will. Also, if they're local, a lot of these leads do end up having homes to sell. So make sure that when you're having these conversations and you finally get in touch with them, you are asking those questions. So again, I want to emphasize, day 1 through day 4, do not leave a voicemail, do not text them, do not call them. Do not text them, do not email them. What will happen is if you do and you jump all over them, you'll push them away because they do not want to speak to you. Day 5, leave that voicemail. After day 5, continue to calling if they're not answering, and then you can begin to send emails and texts at day 7. Hopefully they've responded at that time. Now, there's a big difference between leads that are not answering the phone and not logging into their searches, and then leads that are not answering the phone or text messages or emails, but they are logging into their searches and they're viewing properties. A lead that's not responding to us but is very active on the website is an active lead for me. That's a warm lead. Something is pushing them to search for properties, whether they're local or relocating. We're not totally sure. Of course, you can do Facebook searches and Google searches and try to figure out what people are doing. But the main key is we want to get them on the phone and ensure that they are a real person. And then we begin to create that rapport. Now, it's extremely important that after each and every day, you create a new task in Follow Up Boss, and we'll have a separate video on that. So day 1, you call through the app. Don't leave that voicemail. Hang up, take the note, and then create a task for the next day. Same thing here, create a task for the next day. Same thing here, create a task for the next day. When they finally do answer, make sure to take really good notes so that you know what you spoke about, or if they just said, hey, I'm not interested or whatever. A lot of these people will say they're not interested, and a lot of them will say they have agents. They are not being truthful. Some are, most aren't, because they do not want to speak with you. We have put this process in place to ensure that we are making a connection with them, but we're not harassing them. That's extremely important. So again, Day 1 through day 4, call, do not leave a voicemail, do not send text messages, do not send emails. Day 5, leave that voicemail. Day 7, you can begin to send text messages and emails. Now let's talk about after day 5 standard operating procedures. A lot of agents who are with us like to leave this ghost voicemail. It goes something like this. Hey, Carl, is this Carrie? Give me a call back when you have a minute. Very simple. Hopefully, they think they know you. Make sure that you say this like you're their friend. Very friendly. Smile when you speak on the phone. Hey, Carl, this is Carrie. Give me a call back when you have a minute. People respond to this in different ways. Sometimes they answer, sometimes they respond, sometimes they'll text you back. We want to make sure that we are making a connection one way or the other, and this is a good strategy to use. Also, in our email templates, these are in Follow Up Boss. Under the email section, you'll see email templates. Make sure that you are using the templates from the 200s list. This has a lot of great templates where you can talk about no logins, their recently viewed properties, favorited properties, all kinds of things like that. So make sure you click through those and take a look at them. They're really good, and we'll also have a separate video on that as well. And always remember, create a task for every single lead. When you do that follow-up, take your notes, add a task. If you need to add additional tasks, go ahead and do it. That is going to be your guiding point in order to maintain your connections with your leads. We don't want them to fall between the cracks. So again, coming from different companies, a lot of agents are very confused by this process. They're used to calling, texting, emailing right away, constantly, ready to go. The problem is we don't want to push them away. And we've done this for long enough where we understand that if we jump all over them, we will push them away. I like to use this example. When you're first looking for a new car, you're going to go to BMW.com, Toyota.com, Mercedes.com, maybe go to Auto Trader, things like that. You're just fact finding. You're doing research. You do not want to speak to someone. I don't want to speak to the guy at the BMW dealership. What's going to happen is you end up registering on those websites and you start looking for certain cars, and then they start emailing you when those cars come in. It's very similar to house hunting. You've got to pay attention to what these people are looking at, because then if you see something that pops up that matches their search criteria, you need to send that to them, just like that car dealership does. They knew I was looking for a 2015 Black on Black 5 Series. They're going to email me and say, hey, we just got this in stock. You need to come take a look at it. At that point, I'm going to call whoever I can, and I'm going to make that happen. Same thing in real estate. Once they see that property, hopefully you're the first one to send it to them, or they see it on our website. You're the first person they're going to call because you have been in constant contact with them for the past 60 to 90 days. It's extremely important. This is a longevity game. It's not instantaneous. If you follow these steps and processes, you will be extremely successful. I guarantee it.